Hi guys, it's me again, Misha, and like I promised, we're back with functions. So this time we have the equation f of x is equal to x squared minus 1, and we're trying to calculate this for f of x plus h minus f of x all divided by h. I know it looks like really scary, it's like really long or whatever, but it's not, I promise. What we're going to do is break it into pieces. We're going to start and calculate the f of x plus h first, then the f of x, and then we'll put it all together. So first we have f of x plus h. So what we're going to do is where we see x, we're going to substitute x plus h. So what we have is x plus h squared minus 1, and we're going to expand the bracket here, so we're going to get x plus h minus 1. Right, so we're still trying to find f of x plus h. So as I had before, we have x plus h in brackets, and then x plus h again, minus 1. So we're going to expand the brackets. What I like to do is draw two arrows, so I remember where I should expand, so I don't get confused. So we have x multiplied by x, which gives us x squared, x multiplied by h, which gives us xh, plus h multiplied by x, which also gives us xh, or hx, it doesn't matter which way you turn it, it's still the same. And then h multiplied by h gives us h squared. And then we put back the negative 1. So we're going to simplify this. We're going to be left with x squared plus xh plus xh gives us 2xh. Put back the positive h squared minus 1. Well, that before was f of x plus h. So, now we're trying to find f of x. And f of x was actually the equation that was there before, which was x squared minus 1. So we didn't have to do any calculations. Yay! So we're going to put this all together now. So we're going to put f of x plus h minus f of x together. So what we got before for x plus h, we had gotten x squared plus 2xh plus h squared minus 1. And now we're going to subtract f of x. This is f of x minus x squared minus 1. So we're going to expand this bracket, get everything out in the open. So we have x squared plus 2xh plus h squared minus 1 minus, remember this means there is a 1 here, so what here is going to be multiplied by in the bracket. So we're going to be left with negative x squared, and negative times a negative gives you a positive, so it's going to become a positive 1. And we're going to simplify. So we're going to have x squared plus 2xh plus h squared, minus 1 minus, I just wrote this back by accident, my bad, but x squared minus x squared is we're left with 0, and minus 1 plus 1 is also 0. So after we simplified everything, we are left with 2xh plus h squared. And remember, the equation was for us to divide by h. So we divide by h. We divide by h. So we can divide these two by h. So 2xh divided by h would leave us with, what would it leave us with, Mark?
2x.
Right, 2x plus x squared divided by h would leave us
H.
right. And so our equation that we're solving for, f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h is equal to 2x plus h. See, simple. Hi guys, again. Okay, so next question. We have f of x is equal to x squared minus x plus 1, and our equation we're working with here, our function we're working with is f of 2 plus h minus f of 2 divided by h. So like before, we're going to do this in parts. We're going to find f of 2 plus h first, then f of 2, and then we divide everything by h. Okay, so first we're solving for f of 2 plus h. So the equation was x squared minus x plus 1. So wherever we see x, we're going to put 2 plus h. So we have x squared here, so we're going to have 2 plus h squared minus, we got x here, so we'll put that there, 2 plus h, we'll put back the positive 1. Right? So we're going to expand this bracket. So we're left with 2 plus h, 2 plus h minus 2 plus h plus 1. Okay, so we're going to expand the brackets. So I like to put my trusty arrows so I don't get myself confused. So we have 2 multiplied by 2, which gives us 4. H, 2 multiplied by h, which gives us 2h. H multiplied by 2, which gives us 2h. And h multiplied by h, which is h squared. Minus, we put this back, 2 plus h. We put back the positive 1, plus 1. Now we're going to simplify. 4 plus 2h plus 2h is 4h plus h squared. Now here we're going to open the brackets. So when you see a negative in front of a bracket, that means there's a 1 here. So we're going to multiply what's in the bracket by negative 1. So everything in the bracket becomes negative. Minus 2 minus h, we put back the positive 1, plus 1. Right. So now we're going to simplify further. Well, first let's group the terms and then we'll simplify further. So we have 4 minus 2 plus 1 plus 4h minus h plus h squared. So now that we've grouped the terms, we're going to simplify. 4 minus 2 plus 1 is 3. 4 minus 1, no, I'm sorry, 4h minus h, this is a 1h, so that leaves us with a positive 3h, and we rewrite h squared. And this is our f of 2 plus h. So now we're going to find the other part of the problem. Okay, so we solved the first part, so now we're on to the second part, which is f of 2. So like before, wherever we see x, we're just going to substitute 2. So 2 squared, because there's an x here, minus 2 plus 1. 2 squared is 4 minus 2 plus 1. What does that give us, Mark?
3.
Yeah. So we've just solved f of 2, which was far simpler than f of 2 plus h, you have to admit. So now we're going to put these two things together and we're going to get something really cool. Okay, so remember what we're doing this whole time. We're trying to find this all over h. So we found f of 2 plus h, we found f of 2, so now we're going to put these two things together. So remember, f of 2 plus h was 3h plus h squared plus 3. Might not necessarily be in that order, but those were the numbers, and it's still valid. Or minus it from f of 2, which we had solved earlier, which was 3. So minus 3, we can't forget this h, all divided by h. So we simplify. So 3 minus 3 is 0. So what we're left with is 3h plus h squared all over h, which, if we simplify this further, we can divide the terms by h. And 3h divided by h is?
Oh, and 3. I almost said h.
Go back the plus, and h squared divided by h is?
You know that letter?
H.
That comes right, okay.
And there you go. So this is the full calculation of f of 2 plus h minus f of 2 divided by h. Simplified. Okay, so this is our final question in this side. So we have f of x is equal to x cubed, which is, x multiplied by x multiplied by x. And the function that we're working with today is f of x plus delta x minus f of x divided by delta x. Now, before I start the equation, I'm going to replace delta x because I realize that through calculations, sometimes people get a bit confused with the delta x and the x. Not realizing that delta x is not triangle multiplied by x, but delta x is actually a separate entity by itself, like it should be treated like an x or a y when calculating. So you're going to see what I'm going to do later on, which will help hopefully make your calculations a whole lot easier. Hi guys. Okay, so I decided to change delta x to a bunny rabbit. So if you're going to do this, you should write let delta x be equal to bunny rabbit. You can change it to y, a, whatever you want it to be, or you can keep delta x. I changed delta x because it reduces confusion that way. So from now on, when you see the bunny ears, it means delta x. So as long as you write that that's what you're doing, nobody can really penalize you for your calculations as long as they're correct. So remember earlier that we were solving for x cubed. So right here I expanded the function. So we have x plus bunny multiplied by x plus bunny multiplied by x plus bunny rabbit. So just like with the squared, I'm going to work this part first and then this part later. So draw my arrows so I don't get confused. So we have x multiplied by x, which gives us x squared. X multiplied by bunny, which gives us x bunny. Bunny multiplied by x, which also gives us x bunny or bunny x. It's the same thing. And bunny multiplied by bunny, which gives us bunny squared. Squared. I use a lot of brackets because it helps to reduce a bit of confusion. So we have just found x squared, but remember we're trying to find x cubed. So we have to expand these last brackets in order to get x cubed. Now I'm not going to draw the arrows because people might get confused and it might get a bit messy. What I'm going to do is simplify this first and then expand this bracket. So we have x squared plus x bunny plus x bunny, which gives us 2x bunny. Plus bunny squared. Now remember, you don't have to do this. You could leave the delta x, or you could replace delta x with y. I use bunnies because they're cute. And we put back x plus bunny rabbit. Now we're going to expand the brackets. So what we're going to do is multiply what's in here by every item in this, just like we did before with the square. So x multiplied by x squared gives us x cubed, plus x multiplied by 2x bunny gives us 2x squared bunny rabbit, because x multiplied by x squared. So 2x squared rabbit. X multiplied by bunny rabbit squared gives us x squared x bunny squared. We're going to take the bunny rabbit and multiply by x squared, which gives us, x squared rabbit. We're going to take the bunny multiplied by this, which is going to give us 2x bunny rabbit squared. And finally, bunny rabbit multiplied by bunny rabbit squared gives us bunny cubed. Notice I'm writing down the line, but we've expanded the brackets totally, so we're just going to simplify now. So we write by x cubed plus, now we just look for the like terms. So we have x squared, 2x squared bunny, and we have an x squared bunny. So we know 2x squared bunny plus x squared bunny gives us 3x bunny. 3x squared bunny, my bad. And we have x bunny squared, and over here we have a 2x bunny squared. So x bunny squared plus 2x bunny squared gives us 3x bunny squared. And we put back the bunny rabbit cube. So now we've simplified that. Okay, so we have f of x is equal to x cubed. And remember, this is what we're trying to find. X plus bunny rabbit, f of x bunny rabbit minus f of x. So we had already calculated f of x bunny rabbit, and now we have to calculate f of x, which luckily is already there for us, so we don't have to do anything. So all we have to do is get the f of x bunny rabbit, put the f of x together, divide it by bunny rabbit, and then we'll be able to solve the equation. Okay, so when we put f of x plus bunny rabbit minus f of x divided by bunny rabbit together, this is what we get. X cubed plus f of x squared rabbit plus 3x rabbit squared plus rabbit cubed, or remember we have to subtract f of x, so we have minus x cubed. So we're going to open a bracket, so all divided by bunny rabbit, of course. So we open a bracket, we're going to be left with x cubed plus 3x squared rabbit plus 3x rabbit squared plus rabbit cubed minus x cubed all over the rabbit. My bad, my rabbit looks a bit deformed. All over the rabbit. So here we have x cubed, so x cubed minus x cubed. We're left with 0. So what we're left with is 3x squared bunny plus 3x bunny squared plus bunny rabbit cubed, all divided by a cute fluffy bunny. Sorry, I'm running out of board, guys. Right, so we're left with 3x squared bunny plus 3x bunny squared plus bunny cubed divided by cute fluffy bunny. So when we divide by cute fluffy bunny, 3x squared bunny divided by bunny is
X squared.
Alright, so we have 3x squared plus 3x bunny squared divided by bunny gives us
2x bunny.
Right. And bunny cubed divided by bunny gives us
Bunny. squared.
Yeah.
Or does it?
So remember before we said let bunny rabbit equal delta x. So all we have to do is put it back. We'll say NB bunny rabbit is equal to delta x. So all we do is replace the bunny rabbits with delta x again. Lame, but 3x squared plus 3x delta x plus delta x squared. If you want me to run over this problem without the bunny rabbits and just with the delta x, you can just let me know, even though it gets really confusing, but I have no problem helping you out. So thank you.